First phase of drag racing is the burnout. The goal of a burnout is to heat now you'll want to let go of the brake. Great work! The tires are nice and hot. You put down good rubber onto the track. You should have some excellent grip off the start line now. Now that your tires are warmed up, we need to roll back over the staging line. Shift down until your car enters reverse gear. Once you're in reverse, press the throttle gently to roll the car back into the staging area. Okay, now we can begin the staging process. The staging line is where we start the race from. Shift up into forward gear and gently roll forward. Be careful not to stage too deep. If you cross the staging line, it's a jump start. That's instant disqualification. This is what we like to call the Christmas tree. Notice the large row of lights below the staging lights? That will tell you when you can start to floor. When the amber light turns on, that means it's time to react. You got a few tenths of a second before the green light turns on, so hit the throttle as quickly as you can. If you do cross the deep staging line while the amber light is shining, the red light will turn on. The red light signals a disqualification. Once the light turns green, it's go time. Only then can your car cross the staging line. Slow down without taking any damage. First, release the parachutes. They slow down the vehicle dramatically without putting excessive pressure on your brake system. Great work! You made it across the finish line, and you managed to stop your vehicle before hitting the sandbox. Let's head on over to the garage and get you more acquainted with the inside. Welcome to the garage area. This is where you prepare the vehicle for the upcoming race weekend. Your vehicle is divided into different parts, which affect the performance. Let's buy a new part to use in the upcoming race weekend. Because these parts are brand new, they're better quality than your previous ones. They'll also last longer and improve the performance of your vehicle. Feel free to purchase any part that catches your eye. This is the Research and Development Department. Here you can start R&D projects to improve your parts. Pay attention to how much money and time each R&D project will cost. These improvements are permanent and transferable to newly installed parts, so don't worry. You can swap parts as much as you want after an R&D project is complete. Let's start an R&D project. Take your pick. Welcome to your first race weekend. Let me explain how NHRA competition works. Every NHRA championship season is broken up into several different race weekends. During a race weekend, you earn points towards your championship total. The driver with the most points at the end becomes the champion and gets a championship Wally to add to their trophy cabinet. Winning a race weekend not only earns you a Wally, it nets you a decent haul of cash as well. A race weekend consists of 3 days on track. Test races on Friday, qualifiers on Saturday, and elimination races on Sunday.
Did you miss us? That's right, folks. It's the start of another NHRA individual track racing event, and we're so happy to have you here to take in the action. These drivers give it absolutely everything every time their wheels touch the drag strip. With this level of competition so far this weekend, who knows what we're going to see in the finals?
Low integrity parts, replace broken parts, or tune the car. Parts will always break down over time in this sport, but mishandling will lead to more issues. So be careful when you're out there on track. You have a set amount of time to make all your repairs and replacements, so make sure you plan accordingly.
These drivers spare no detail when it comes to humidity, air temperature, ground temperature, density, altitude, and the composition of the racetrack pavement itself. fans in attendance loved that last race, and lucky for them and for us. It's time for our next race of the weekend. Hopefully you're ready for more heart-pounding NHRA action. I don't know about you, but I can hardly wait for what's to come. If you're lucky this weekend, race fans, you can get a chance to run into some of your favorite drivers right down at the midway. Do not be shy. They love taking photos and giving NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series never fails to deliver hard-pounding, high-octane action. The NHRA Safety Safari does such a great job of each and every drivers and spectators safe. Give them a big round of applause. Only one was able to move on to the next round. Absolutely no fear in either of these drivers. That's why they're at the top of the sport. Football fields in less than 5 seconds. That's an indication of just how lightning quick these cars are. Drivers made it through the first round, but it's not looking easier from here. Let's see who crosses the finish line first. think I'm losing my voice. What a race we just saw. And we've got more NHRA drag racing action coming your way. Replay of the start. The right lane driver makes a strong getaway. Horrible. A big collision in our earlier race resulted in a disqualification for the right lane driver after they crossed the line and hit their opponent. Hope you're staying hydrated out there, folks. Your first round matchup, ladies and gentlemen. That was a dominant performance on the track this time. If this race is any indication of what we can expect this season, I can't wait. I feel like a kid in a candy store. What a pleasure it is to call this event in front of our Royal NHRA fans. No better fans than the world. NHRA drag racing fans. Both drivers are lining up, readying themselves for the green light to come on. Let's see who advance on to the next round. A win for the driver. Don't go anywhere. We've still got the finals to come where the Wallet will be awarded to a very deserving... It's always such a thrill to watch these cars, isn't it? heart is still pounding after that last race run, and we've got more for you coming up next. Looks like a little debris on the racetrack. We'll get that cleared up before our next race. But it was enough to beat their opponent in this match and to move them on to the next round. The NHRA has its latest winner. Congratulations to them for an excellent race weekend. We don't see races like that very often. An incredible final showdown between two elite gladiators.